And welcome back with just 5:59 left. The Raiders trail the upstart San Diego Chargers 31-17. The kick toward Justin Fargas, but it'll go out of bounds. And there's a break. 40-yard line will be where Rich Gannon will start play. So the rookie kicker Cyphers unable to keep it in play, and he was just activated for the first time so that he could get more action out of the kickoffs. Good luck next week, young man.
Watch out for those green tomatoes. We're back here at the Coliseum, and oh Lord, what a frustrated Raider secondary defense. Chuck Bresnahan, the defensive coordinator, out of his mind.
Gannon, meanwhile, goes down, and a sack back at the 29-yard line as the Chargers, Adrian Dingle and DeQuincy Scott collaborate.
All right, here is Gilliam right here, who's going to run it. But what? Woodson slips, Gibson jumps the short pattern. And watch how open they are. Gilliam down there all by himself, completely ignored by the Raiders secondary. And Gilliam has more receiving yards than Jerry Rice.
Speaking of Rice,
well, not anymore.
He makes up for that sack and a long throw and a first down at the San Diego 46-yard line. And with all their timeouts, the Raiders have 5.5 minutes to try to get a couple of scores.
And they must now play with some alacrity.
Underneath to Jolly, and he is close to a first down. Hit by Ben Lever. Well, the San Diego Chargers are in unfamiliar territory. The first 3 games of this season, they trailed going into the fourth quarter by as much, or as at least by 20 points. At least 20 points, and here they are with a 2-touchdown lead in the fourth quarter.
Right, I'm not sure they know what to do. Raiders using an awful lot of time in a hurry-up situation.
Jerry Wilson on a safety blitz, and that leaves Elvis Whitted wide open for the touchdown. So Jerry Wilson, the safety, came in on a corner blitz, and Elvis Whitted was wide open for the score.
All you young men out there watching this game that aspire to be defensive backs, I'm not sure you ought to be watching this game. We have seen more unaccounted for receivers running around in team secondaries in this game than sometimes you see in 6 weeks.
36 yards on the touchdown. Janikowski makes it a 1-touchdown game, 31-24, and it took the Raiders only 1 minute and 21 seconds to score.
Well, Rich Gannon took his time at the line of scrimmage. You see him working the right side of the field. Did you see Rich look everybody off? A good look at a quarterback working the right side. See him? He working the right side, and then he comes back when he finds out that the San Diego secondary just left Alvin Whitted all alone. That's, again, we're not seeing a whole lot of textbook play out of these 2 secondaries.
Whitted's first touchdown as a Raider. Drafted by Jacksonville and played 4 years with the Jaguars.
Well, we saw the last time the Chargers had the ball what I thought was a real all-star offensive drive to score points. How quickly that was negated by the Raiders in that really fast scoring drive of their own.
Yeah, 1 minute 21 seconds. That's you're trying to
sure negates everything San Diego accomplished with that last drive.
60 yards in 4 plays. See where Janikowski kicks this one.
Well, I bet he keeps it in bounds.
Leon Johnson at the 10. And he's caught from behind, and flags go down. Eric Johnson with the tackle, and it would appear that San Diego is going to start this series from their own 10-yard line.
During the return, holding, number 30, receiving team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
The rookie Andrew Pinnock Premiering tonight on CBS, fans. Catherine Moore stars in the next great crime drama from CSI executive producer Jerry Bruckheimer. Don't miss the premiere of Cold Case tonight after 60 minutes on CBS.
Well, I hope the Raiders in their huddle are going, I don't know who that number 10 is on the other team, but he's killing us. Somebody ought to cover him.
Gilliam in motion to the inside. Tomlinson moves the pile out to the 15-yard line. And a gain of 4. Derek Gibson from the secondary to make the tackle. Well, the passing yards, as expected, Gannon and the Raiders, but 214 yards rushing for San Diego. Well, Tomlinson has 188 of them.
The Raiders scored on the first possession of the game. We said, oh, Lord, look out. The route might be on. And, oh, how wrong we would have been if we said that.
Breeze underneath. And it's complete to that man, Dondre Gilliam. Harrison Barton team up on the tackle, short of the first down.
And Cam Cameron, the offensive coordinator of the Chargers, that is a risky call right there. The safe play, give it to Tomlinson, grind some time off the clock. You end up with an incomplete pass and you stop the clock. But he showed a lot of confidence in his young quarterback, Drew Brees.
3rd and 2. Brees, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and he caught a touchdown pass. Throws back to Tomlinson, and they were looking for it. It was Travion Smith. Flag is down. Ineligible man downfield, so the Raiders will decline that.
Ineligible man downfield, number 77. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
So the Raiders are going to have plenty of time to tie it up. 3 minutes, 2 seconds showing on the clock. Philip Buchanan, 56-yard return Monday night against Denver. 83-yard touchdown return last year against Tennessee.
Where that penalty really hurt San Diego is that it stopped the clock. That clock would have kept running after a completed pass.
He just got it away. And it takes a Charger bounce to the 36-yard line. 46 yards on the punt. Thursday on CBS, Survivor Pearl Islands. That's a smash hit. Viewers and critics alike call it one of TV's most entertaining pleasures, a true gem. Don't miss an exciting all-new Survivor Thursday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Dick, without that penalty, the Chargers could have run almost the entire 40-second clock down before they had to punt that football. That gave the Raiders a whole lot more time to work with.
And there's really no pressure on Gannon and the Raiders here. They've got all 3 timeouts and 2:51 plus the 2-minute timeout. So they can just think ordinary offense.
Only the pressure that comes with being a touchdown down with less than 3 minutes to play.
Empty backfield. And Gannon down the middle. Rice! First down at the Charger 43.
Here's the Raider offense that we've been accustomed to seeing all last year. That's been missing so far here in 03.
Drayton Florence playing at the corner for the injured Sammy Davis.
The ball is at the 42.
With less than 6 minutes to go, the Chargers led by 14.
Just a simple slant pattern by Jerry Rice. And again, Gannon right there with the ball.
Again, empty backfield. Again, over the middle. Incomplete. It was Rice off his fingertips. Again, no running back behind Gannon. No pressure either. To Rice. Breaks the tackle and slips on the infield dirt at the 28-yard line. The 2-minute warning, and these Raider fans are ready to cheer a tying score. Yeah, what a shock. We come down to the final minutes, and who do you go to? Jerry Rice, time and time again.
As we're on our way to overtime right here, I think the Chargers have to gamble. I think they have to gamble with blitzing, pressure up the middle on Rich Gannon. There's no way can they sit back there and right now their secondary isn't getting it done. Gannon, if he has time, is going to make a completed pass.
And they're picking on Drayton Florence, who's in there for Sammy Davis at a corner. Too much time. Into the flat, complete. Alvis Wittig with Quentin Jammer on him.
And he didn't get out of bounds.
At the 24-yard line, 1:49 and running. Second down, 6, only a 4-yard pickup on first down.
I'm back to that penalty again. When the Chargers had the ball, the Raiders would be under a minute in time left if the clock didn't get stopped.
Rice to the left, Brown slotted right. Up the middle, big hole. Charlie Garner, touchdown! And flags go down in the end zone for the celebration. 24-yard run by Garner. He just split the gap and off to the races.
And if that gets enforced on the kickoff, plenty of time and maybe decent field position for the Chargers. They're going to talk this over.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. 20 of the defense. After the score, the touchdown is good. The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So it's the other way as veteran Jerry Wilson compounds the mistake.
Oh, what a monster penalty against the Chargers. Oh, that's big.
Janikowski to tie the game. Trailing by 14 points with less than 6 minutes to go, have tied it up and still a minute 24 left. For those of you expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS in an exciting game between the Chargers and Raiders. This is Dick Enberg along with Dan Deerdorf and Bonnie Bernstein. Our score is tied at 31.
Well, we had a look there at Jerry Wilson sitting on the bench with a towel over his head. Well, this is an answer to everybody who's been watching teams in this same position run the ball up into the line and say, what the heck were they trying to do? Well, that's what they were trying to do. Surprise the defense and spring a guy into the secondary before they knew it. All right, now Garner has the ball down in the end zone. He's doing his dance, and Jerry Wilson gives him a shove. Yep, that's a penalty. That is really dumb.
Raiders using their typical passing game that's been dormant and now getting some rushing yards from Garner.
Attempting to survive that number right there. 214 yards on the ground by LaDainian Tomlinson and the San Diego Chargers.
Janikowski will kick it off from the 45-yard line. One would think he will kick it right through the end zone.
Well,
not a bad time if you really wanted to gamble.
Yeah, I wouldn't kick it through the end zone. I'd hit a knuckleball down the middle here and see if I could force a guy into trying to handle the ball who's not used to it. I wouldn't take the easy way out.
And he's going to boom it.
Wow.
All the way into the first row. So the Chargers then have the ball, 1:24 to go, but with only one timeout. And Drew Brees in the offense from the 20-yard line. And for those of you just joining us, this is a San Diego Charger team that's playing very short offensively in terms of starting talent. Their starting right guard, Solomon Page, starting right tackle. Vaughn Parker, not here. 3 top wide receivers, not active. 2 top tight ends, not active. And yet they battled the Raiders and had this game apparently in hand with 6 minutes to go. Deafening roar, and Brees into the flat to Tomlinson. And he's able to pick up short yardage. Stepped out of bounds at the 22.
Well, I got to give San Diego credit. for throwing the football in that situation. You got Tomlinson back there, the smart, conservative, safe way to play. Give it to Tomlinson. But there, Marty's saying, I want you guys to get up here and get with it. They're taking some chances offensively.
Clock stopped on the out of bounds.
Now, if they run the football here and don't go anywhere with it, watch the Raiders take a timeout. They'll want the ball back.
Breeze down the middle. Complete. And it's caught by Kasim Osgood. His first catch. Another one of those undrafted free agents from San Diego State. Kansas City Chiefs 4-0. Marty Schottenheimer said yesterday that Dick Vermeil called him this week and said, wished you luck. And he says, don't want to, change the mood here. I'm trying to go 4-0. I've never done that, and you were the last to accomplish that in Kansas City.
How much would the Chargers like to have that timeout they had to waste because they had 12 men on the field on a field goal attempt?
But Dan, you can well appreciate with all the injuries, they probably have men on special teams that haven't been there all year long, and everyone trying to chip in and one too many. From the 45, 1:09 left. Chargers trying to get in field goal range. Tomlinson, who else? Tackled at the 48-yard line. Short yardage of 3.
But San Diego, they're not playing for overtime. Give them credit. They're playing like a team that has nothing to lose. They're going for the win.
And Breeze has to motion for his players to get in the right position. Osgood, a stranger to the offense. Peel now, the tight end, is in the backfield on 2nd and 7. Sidelines, caught and tackled immediately was Dondre Gilliam. This free agent from Millersville, Pennsylvania, has 4 catches today.
Well, he moved the chains, but the clock keeps running.
18, 17, and they'll down it here, and that'll give Breeze perhaps 2 plays and then a shot at a field goal.
What's really at that 15-second mark, what's really a tough call now is something over the middle of the field. Could you get your offensive team up there and spike the ball and kill the clock if you completed like a 10 or 15-yard pass over the middle? Can you do all that in 15 seconds? That is really close. If you had 20, I'd feel good about it. At 15, I don't think you can go to the middle of the field.
With Steve Christie's decreasing range, they really need to get to the 25 for a legitimate shot at a field goal. Down the middle, it's caught.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to cut it.
7, 6, 5.
No, they're not going to be able to do it.
Did they or not? It was right at the double zeros. No, they didn't make it.
No.
End of the game. Close. They did a great job of getting up there that quickly in about 8 seconds.
Well, the Raiders were awfully hospitable getting over there and lined up defensively. I might have taken my time a little bit more if I was one of the Raiders.
So overtime we go. A gallant effort by the San Diego Chargers, and now they find themselves in overtime against the favored Raiders. Here's the basis. They'll have a coin toss to decide who gets it first. 1 15-minute sudden death period. Each team gets a couple more timeouts, and whether you score by safety, field goal, or touchdown, the game is over.
Each team will have 2 timeouts. It's a 15-minute period using fourth quarter timing rules. Instant replay will be in effect throughout this quarter. San Diego, you're the visitor. Who's going to make the call? What is your call? Tails is the call. Tails is the call.
This coin flip may be the biggest play of this period. Chargers won the toss. With the momentum that the Raiders have, that was big for San Diego that they won the toss. We'll see what they do when we come back to Oakland. To overtime we go. First time for each of these 2 teams. LaDainian Tomlinson, they're working on his lower leg, a workhorse of the Chargers, and it was last year right here in the Coliseum that in overtime, Tomlinson, this 19-yard touchdown run gave the Chargers a 27-21 win over the Raiders.
Well, LaDainian told us that last week he tweaked his groin in last week's game, that it hurt a little bit. You notice when a guy goes over to have the doctors look at him, but he's holding on to his helmet, that's a guy that's going back in the game. I mean, he says, guys, go ahead and look at me, but I'm making it pretty clear that I'm going to go in and play. If he's wearing a baseball cap or doesn't know where his helmet is, but clearly something's bothering LaDainian Tomlinson on his lower left leg.
Janikowski drives it deep. Leon Johnson, the veteran, at the goal line for San Diego. Runs over his own man and gets it out to about the 23.
Well, it looked going into this game, as depleted as the Chargers were, that they had to walk that 12-mile road to get anywhere close to a victory, and that they're in overtime with the Raiders in Oakland. It's a shock to everybody except maybe to that guy.
Been a remarkable job of coaching. Jesse Chapman is the running back, not Tomlinson. And it's a reverse. And Eric Parker gets a first down out across the 35-yard line. Parker was the leading receiver on the season for the wide receivers, with 11 used on the reverse.
Well, a good call here again by offensive coordinator Cam Cameron. Good blocking out in front that time, and Eric Parker. You know, if your receivers aren't that used to catching the football, utilize them in other ways. This is the second time we've seen Parker running a reverse.
227 total yards rushing for the San Diego offense. The ever-dangerous Dondre Gilliam in motion. This is Chapman on the pitch. Nothing there. Good defense as Harris came over to finish the job.
Boy, and obviously I was wrong about LaDainian Tomlinson holding his helmet while the doctors were looking at him. He's on the bench and not in there with his offensive teammates in overtime. He's buckled up. Look, he looks ready to go.
Chapman with a loss of a yard on first down. Second year back from Eastern Washington. Undrafted pick a year ago. The shortest Charger at 5'8". Breeze. Almost intercepted. It was in the midst of Napoleon Harris, right to him. Gilliam was the intended target, but Breeze was looking right, and Gilliam went left.
I don't know. It looked like he was expecting Gilliam to pull up his pattern based on the coverage. But whoa, look at that. That doesn't get a whole lot easier than that for a middle linebacker. Befuddled by the football.
3rd and 11. Tomlinson still on the bench. Down the middle and complete. And again, way off the mark was Breeze. He and his receiver Kasim Osgood not on the same page.
Oh, what a terrible time for the San Diego Chargers to lose the services of LaDainian Tomlinson.
Changes the game, doesn't it?
Doesn't it really?
As if they needed another injury. Philip Buchanan back at the 20-yard line. Darren Bennett. Wobbler, very short. Takes a kind bounce for the Chargers inside the 20-yard line to the 18. 46-yard punt. And now the game in the hands of Rich Gannon and the Oakland offense.
David Binn actually tried to throw Buchanan back and make contact with the football. Watch David Binn here at number 50. Watch this. He tries to throw Philip Buchanan and make him touch the football. This is a guy whose job is to be a long snapper.
Well, when
that was bizarre.
Well, your degrees from California in ecology and social systems, you'll learn a lot of tricks. He's thinking about any way to help his team. Here they go, the Raiders. Can they rally from 14 points down in the final 6 minutes? Charlie Garner out close to the 20-yard line. What's happening, Bonnie?
Well, Dick, it looked like Tomlinson was going to go back in. He was standing on the very edge of the bench area with his helmet on. He's got a left knee injury. He is now back on the table behind the bench. The trainers are looking at him, kind of doing range of motion. We don't have an official diagnosis yet, but of course we'll keep you posted.
All right, thanks, Bonnie.
Well, you're right, Bonnie. He faked me out there, standing there with his helmet, and the way he popped up and looked like he was on his way in.
Here's that empty backfield formation that helped the Raiders with those 2 touchdown drives in the 4th quarter, but they get Gannon to the Chargers as the arm of the law was DeQuincy Scott, who has a sack.
Working from a defensive tackle position, gets inside of Frank Middleton, actually splits the double team of Middleton and Baron Robbins. Whoa, that hurts when you got 2 guys blocking one, and he gets in there and gets the sack anyway.
3rd and 13. 6 defensive backs for the Chargers. And Gannon firing to the sideline and caught. What a catch! And a flag goes down. Tim Brown battling Quentin Jammer. Jammer. Offensive pass interference. Oh,
Half the distance to the goal. Still 3rd down.
They were hand checking along the sidelines, and usually that goes against the defense.
Well, it's Quentin Jammer, number 23. Man coverage all the way with Tim Brown. Brown sees the football, and he did shove him. He did push a little bit, although very subtly. You rarely ever see that call. Whoa! Receivers have been getting away with that since the dawn of time. That's a call that rarely gets called against an offensive player.
Jim Thorpe used to use that.
Oh, how about Michael Irvin?
In the end zone is Gannon. Gets away, then throws incomplete to Alvis Whitted. Marcellus Wiley putting the pressure on Gannon, so the Chargers and now the Raiders unable to move the ball in overtime.
And now San Diego, if they get any kind of a return at all, it's going to have some awfully good position. Marcellus Wiley almost gets Gannon. Again, Rich Gannon, this guy can be so elusive without going anywhere. We all know he can run, maybe not like he used to, but he's so slippery.
Leckler, who has really boomed some big ones, hits another one. This one not quite as deep to Parker, and he is hit immediately. Downfield for the Raiders.
But what he did in fielding that football is he might have saved San Diego a whole bunch of yards.
Nnamdi Asamoah, who was injured in the first half, comes back and makes a timing tackle on that punt return.
But credit Parker, that ball might have bounced another 15 yards. He took one for the team, and Tomlinson is back in the Charger lineup.
With the ball at the 42.
Boy, this is some football game we're watching here, Dick, but what's not to love about LaDainian Tomlinson?
Leading rusher, leading receiver, and he's matched Drew Brees in touchdown passes today.
He has he's earned his paycheck today regardless of the outcome of this game.
7 catches for 24, 27 rushes for 188, over 200 yards of production, plus a touchdown throw for the first San Diego score. Here he goes, looking for a block. There is none. They run him out of bounds for a loss at the 40-yard line. Terrence Shaw quickly from the corner to deny.
No one ever said Marty Schottenheimer. First of all, he's a teacher, but he loves this game so much. Look at him trying to talk to his defense. He knows there's a good chance they're liable to get back out there again. Stay focused, stay concentrated.
Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Reverse to Parker. Well read. the defensive end, #1 pick from Colorado.
Aren't reverses good-looking plays when they work? Drew Brees out front trying to make something happen here. He's trying to make a block, but he's not able. He's not able to get Tyler Brayton down on the ground.
So a loss of 1 on first down, 3-yard loss on that one. 3rd and 14. This crowd has gotten its money's worth. Flag down. Brees, desperation, throws it away.
Multiple flags down.
Holding against the Chargers.
Well, this will be declined, and the Chargers will punt.
Holding. Number 60 of the offense. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Jason Ball, one of those undrafted free agents. Well, the Chargers have a ton of them on this roster. He's from New Hampshire and won a starting job a year ago at center. They feel he's going to give them a long career at that critical center spot.
Well, it's all a battle of field position now, and right now Marty Schottenheimer is hoping that Bennett can come through for the Chargers.
Philip Buchanan at the other end. High, beautiful spiral. Fair catch. He lets it go.
I'd say he did.
And the Chargers will let it roll dead at the 8-yard line. 53 yards on the punt by Darren Bennett, the Aussie.
Well, Darren Bennett did his job there as he pinned the Raiders back inside their own 10-yard line, back at the 8. Well, that was a pressure punt.
Rich Gannon leaves Garner in the backfield with him this time. And the throw wide open is Tim Brown. No, Jerry Rice. And Rice down the sidelines. He made the great move on the cornerback, sold the inside move, and that was Sammy Davis's replacement, Drayton Florence, that got burned.
Well, Florence is trying everything to do to hold Rice, and the safety, Kwame Lassiter, number 42, he gets over there way late.
Check that. Was Kevin House now playing on that corner that took the bait.
But you can see that the safety's late getting over there, and Rich Gannon drops it right in between the corner and the safety.
Rice 7 catches, 126 yards, 29 on that one. Into the flat, complete to the tight end Jolly, and he struggles close to a first down at the 47 before Quentin Jammer can drag him down.
Here we are in this situation in overtime, and I know the Raiders offense has struggled, but Rich Gannon in control right now. And what a great job of selling a run block first by Doug Jolly and then coming off and becoming a receiver. No way a defense isn't going to lose track of you when you sell run like that. But look at the experience on this Raiders offense.
10 300-yard games a year ago, 2 against the Chargers, well over 300 again today. Gannon. Now Wheatley, and he has enough for the first down, needed only a yard.
This is where that experience is supposed to really pay dividends.
Both teams exhausted at the pace of this game. Tied at 31, 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in overtime, and unlike the shortened distance available to Marty Schottenheimer on a field goal, the Raiders have one of the longest legs in the league in Janikowski. 50 yards well in his range. So the 35-yard line is one of the goals of this Raider drive. Gannon wide open again. Jolly. Jammer with a good tackle. Denies forward progress, but it's still a 6-yard gain on first down.
That's all you need. Just little chunks at a time. But on first down, to pick up that kind of yardage is such a luxury in this situation. Now the Raiders are pretty much in a position they can do whatever they want to do offensively here at 2nd and 4.
3 wides and Garner to this side, wide open. It's Tim Brown again. First down at the 35-yard line, and they are in field goal range now.
Well, the Chargers come with the blitz. You see, there's the blitz up the middle. Tim Brown breaks off his pattern. Veteran quarterback finds a veteran receiver that saw the blitz, changed his pattern, and became a short target for his quarterback. I know it doesn't seem like much, Dick, but how many times do you see a quarterback throw the ball out there and the guy's 20 yards downfield because he wasn't even aware there was a blitz?
Now that's the underlining the veteran qualities of this Oakland team. Wheatley pushes the pile for 3 on first down. Let's go to New York and Jim Nantz.
All right, backing up that win against the Raiders Monday night. It was a mighty struggle today for the Broncos, but they get the W. They had this magnificent touchdown catch by Ashley Lely, but they hold off the Lions 20-16 to remain undefeated. Let's go back to you.
All right, Jim. Kansas City and Denver both start the year 4-0 here in the West, and the Raiders trying to deny a 1-3 start. We're certainly in deep trouble late in the fourth quarter, but here they are in position to win it in overtime. Toss to Garner. Breaks a tackle. Oh, he runs hard. Doesn't get the first down. Tackle at the 28. Jake Moreno and others for San Diego. Should they not gain a yard on this play and go for a field goal, it would be a 45-yard attempt.
Well, you'd love to get off that dirt. If I was going to have Seabass kick a field goal, I'd like him to be off that dirt. Tough to plant, and it's hard to get it done off of that nasty old stuff.
Rice and Brown to the right. And Gannon sidearms it, incomplete for Brown. Kevin House, good coverage for San Diego, the backup corner.
Well, sometimes you don't get what you want. Janikowski's going to have to kick off the dirt. Good coverage there by the Chargers.
It'll be a
Kevin House burned earlier. That time had the good coverage.
47-yard attempt the way they're lining up now. He has kicked 2 47-yard field goals this year. Both were at Tennessee. They weren't off infield dirt, however.
Well, it's hard to get good traction on your lead foot on this dirt.
46 yards officially. It is good. What a comeback by the Oakland Raiders. With 5:59 left, they trailed by 14 points. Rich Gannon leads the Raiders to 2 touchdown drives in the final 6 minutes, and then this Janikowski 46-yard winner in overtime.
He hit that thing like he was kicking it off a tee. This thing would have been good from 15 more yards. He just drills that thing, and what a football game we just saw. Marty Schottenheimer has to be so proud of his Chargers football team and the way they fought today, but the Raiders did what they had to do. Hanging in there at 2-2, even though the Chiefs and the Broncos are way out in front, and all that hurts.
A painful loss for Schottenheimer. His team so close to what would have been just an amazing win today, shorthanded as they were. But Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, veteran Rich Gannon at quarterback, they found a way against this young San Diego defense, and full credit, full high marks for LaDainian Tomlinson, but not quite enough. Stay